All right, we got a new mosaic for today. Wah, wah. There we go. Good old Einstein. All right, with some math stuff all over it. This is what we're going to be creating today. A cool mosaic there as a class. Let's walk through the process with this one. Hopefully your Starry Night one turned out pretty cool. You can get that all taped together and stuff. There's probably some squares that aren't done yet. Maybe some people who have some downtime in tutorial or something would be willing to put those together. We could even just give you the answer key for the extra ones to color in. All right, so anyway, what we're gonna do is similar to yesterday, but a little bit different, okay? So today's sheet will look like this. And so we have, again, worksheet A1, A2, A3, and so on, the big grid of stuff like this. So A1 through 8, B, D through 8, that kind of thing. But you can see there's not enough workspace here. So they actually tell you number your questions 1 to 12, show your work on a separate piece of paper. What I did was I went ahead and just created a 12 question thing on Schoology for you. So if you could just export that, you can be doing this one completely in Notability. I made the boxes for you ready to go, so you're good. So I did mine just on like blank paper, but I'd rather you just do it on your iPad so you can make changes and adjustments and do colors and whatever if you want, and then submit it to the assignment as proof of work from there. Okay, so basically what you'll do, you'll go through, also I have a special color guide for this one as well. Okay, so make sure you have one of these per table group so that you can see what we're doing when you get to peach or tan or gray, because we don't have those in our class pack box. And again, I want you to be using this class pack box, not your own. That way all the colors are matching and things like that, okay? So anyway, what you'll do is you'll take your first plot problem, be very careful. Oh, here's mine. Okay, take your very first problem, be careful to copy it exactly so you don't make any silly mistakes like that, and then do the same process that you've done before. This is a mix of just some nice simple ones, but also we have some distributing that has to happen first. You can see like that. One of the things to be careful with, sometimes these ones here, when you have to distribute the -1, okay, you're going to end up with -1 times x is -x, -1 times a -2 is a +2, that kind of thing. Let's see, any other ones I can see. Some of them I was left with, I did want you to see this. Like when I got rid of, I subtracted 2 to both sides, I was left with -x equals -1. I made it a -1x to make it a little bit more clear. So if you have a -1x, remember you'd have to divide by -1 to both sides. Or think about that as the opposite of x, okay, to help you come to the conclusion that a -x equaling that is actually x equaling 1. Okay, so just be careful with ones like that. Otherwise, you should be able to help each other out. And again, your teacher has the answer key to check your work before you start coloring, or if you just are running into some problems. But anyway, I do not want you to do work on the side. I tried to see if I could fit it. It just doesn't work. It's bad. So do not do that. You are not allowed. You must do it on the paper I gave you in Schoology. So export that, do your work on there, and then submit. Okay. What I would recommend you to do, the answers are also scrambled down below, and you will use every single one. Okay. So if something's not working, just be careful and try to look at your work. But also be careful, look, like there's a +1 and a -1. So just because you get the answer doesn't mean you're right. Okay. So that's why I want you to double check and get your answers checked with the teacher before you start coloring. I would recommend numbering 1 to 12 on here so that next to the color and you have your answer. Okay, so it's really easy to look for. Okay, so then as you flip your paper over, Okay, so here's yours. I did it the same as yesterday to save paper. Okay, they have the actual answers this time instead of symbols. So that way you can see, okay, all my -14s or all my -12s are going to be that yellow-green color, okay? And then go ahead and look at your actual color list so you know, okay, there's no peach in the box. So for peach, I'm just coloring brown lightly. For tan, I'm gonna just use brown. Gray, let's color it black lightly. If it's white, just leave it blank. Don't try to color it white. Pink, I had to, you can see on mine here, okay? Pink was my 5 here. And so I just did a red really, really lightly. And then magenta, I did the red just a little bit darker, but not a really hard like red color, okay? So I just have like a really light red and a medium light red, I guess. And then peach, color brown lightly again, okay? There is a yellow green, there is a black, there is a regular green, and so on, okay? So those I was able to just color. Notice that my -12 and -10 answer are both the yellow green, so don't think you messed up. Sometimes you'll have that. Notice I only ended up using the pink, magenta, and yellow green in my entire little section. So it doesn't mean, just because you have answers for all of them, doesn't mean all the colors are gonna be used for this one, okay? So then I have that, and then make sure I'm putting my name and D8 for yours. Do the same thing. So before you cut this out, so this is A1, in that section, make sure you put your name and A1 before you cut this out. And then we'll be able to look at the grid here to see where A1 goes, D8, and so on, and we can get them all put together. Okay, so that's the game plan for today. Take your time, work hard. Again, get your answers checked before you start coloring, and just enjoy some visit time while you practice. See you later.